the BCI malfunction problem is one of the biggest issues with the Infiniti and Nissan cars, especially Nissan Armada, Infiniti QX80 and Infiniti QX60. That was between 2016, 2018 and up to 2020. So after that, Nissan engineers did something with the software and the problem disappeared. But BCI malfunction is not that easy to locate, to understand the reason of. So I gathered some reasons that I think can trigger this problem and scenarios how this problem can pop up in your car. So first of all, the BCI is the backup collision intervention system, and it's only used in several Nissan cars and Infiniti cars. This is the system that prevents you from hitting something when you back up in your vehicle. Usually it's used in larger cars because it needs quite complicated technology for that time, for 2016, 2018. It uses two radar sensors that are located behind the rear bumper of your car. And one of the problems that can trigger the issue is that when these radar sensors are affected, when they are blocked, for example, if your bumper is dirty, if your bumper is covered with snow, with mud, with anything, this can actually trigger the BCI malfunction problem. And also, if you had even a minor accident with the rear end of your car, it's very likely that you will see the BCI malfunction because these radars are mounted on quite thin metal brackets, and these brackets can bend, and when the radar sensor changes its position even for several millimeters, it's very likely that you will see the BCI malfunction from time to time. They can recalibrate, but it depends on the version of this radar sensor. Then there is also the problem with the brake switch that can cause this BCI malfunction problem. Brake switch, this is the switch that's located near your brake pedal in the interior of your car, and it tells the ECU of your car and other electronic control modules that you press the brake pedal. So when you press the brake pedal, it sends the signals, and actually it turns on the brake lights. So it's very easy to check this thing. When just press the brake pedal and see if the brake lights are on. You can ask someone to see, or you can park near some glass, near some window or something, and just see in the mirror if these lights go on when you press the brake pedal. Then there is also an ABS problem that can cause BCI malfunction, because the BCI system actually uses ABS to apply brakes automatically when it detects problems. So any ABS problem can cause hundreds of warnings and error lights and whatever in your car. So it's worth checking before you do anything more expensive. So just have the ABS system inspected before making any other repairs. And there is also one more problem, and it's the battery problem. So if the battery is low in your car, it's very likely you will see a lot of different warnings, including BCI malfunctions. This will be the false warning. It doesn't mean that you have actually the BCI problems, but you have the battery problems, and the low voltage in the system makes all these problems pop up on the dash. One of the scenarios is when a lot of warning lights turn on, maybe all warning lights turn on the dash, and you see BCI malfunction, and your car starts glitching and going crazy. So if you have this problem, it's very likely that this is the battery problem, battery or alternator, so whatever is connected with the voltage in the system of your car. So what can you do? First of all, you can just check whether something blocks the radar sensors in the rear end of your car, and then you can check the battery. And you can also disconnect the battery for several minutes and see if it helps, because this resets several electronic control units, and you can solve this problem without even going to the dealership, just by disconnecting the battery for several minutes. You can just turn off your car for several minutes and see if the problem disappears. But usually if it starts appearing from time to time, it's impossible to ignore this issue, because it will reappear and it will get worse. So if nothing helps, and if you can't find any DIY solution for this, you will actually need to go to the dealership, and they have several software updates and they have several bulletins about this, but as far as I know, there is no recall or something. So if your car is not under warranty, you have to pay for inspections and repairs. But ignoring the problem is not a good idea, because one day your car may just not start because of this BCI problem. It may be pretty bad, and it may cause a lot of electronic glitches. So you will still need to solve this problem somehow.